Welcome back everyone to the Coins channel, the best place on YouTube for discovering hidden treasures lying in your pocket change. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and mysterious coins in the world of numismatics, the 1982 Lincoln cent, or as many collectors call it, the rare Lincoln penny. This small copper beauty might look ordinary at first glance, but it carries a story filled with change history and unbelievable value that could turn a single cent into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The year 1982 was a turning point for the United States Mint and for coin collectors all across America because something major happened that year. The composition of the Lincoln penny was changed. For more than a century, pennies had been made mostly from copper, but due to the rising cost of copper metal, the Mint decided to change the formula. Before 1982, the penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, in 1982 the Mint switched to a cheaper metal core made of 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper coating on top. That decision created a very unique situation because both copper and zinc versions of the 1982 penny were minted during the same year. Now here's where it gets really exciting for collectors. There are actually 7 different varieties of 1982 Lincoln pennies. That's right, 7 different kinds of 1-cent coins from just one year. Some are large date, some are small date, some are copper, some are zinc, and identifying the right one can make a massive difference in value. You could have one sitting in your pocket right now that looks completely normal but is actually worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The rarest of them all is the 1982D small date made of copper. This is the coin that keeps collectors up at night dreaming of finding one, because according to the United States Mint number, 1982D small date pennies were ever supposed to be made of copper. All Denver Mint pennies that year were supposed to be zinc, but somehow a few copper planchets slipped through the production lines and ended up being stamped with the 1982D small date dies, creating one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. So how can you tell if you have the rare one? The first step is to check the date carefully. If your penny says 1982 with a D mint mark just below the date, take a close look at the shape of the numbers, especially the 2 in a small date version. The 2 looks slightly taller and the top curve is more delicate and rounded compared to the large date version. The 8 also appears more balanced with both circles evenly sized. The difference is subtle, but it's crucial once you identify that you have a small date 1982D penny. The next step is to check the metal composition. A simple way to test this at home is by using a digital scale. A genuine copper penny from 1982 should weigh about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. If your coin has the D mint mark, the small date design, and weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might just be holding one of the rarest Lincoln cents in existence. Now let's talk about the value and the current market price. The 1982D small date copper penny has sold for unbelievable amounts in auctions. In fact, one of these rare coins sold for nearly $18,000, and collectors believe there could be more undiscovered examples still out there, hiding in jars, drawers, or old piggy banks. Imagine turning a simple 1-cent coin into thousands of dollars just by taking a closer look. Even other 1982 varieties can be worth a lot if they are in pristine condition. A 1982 copper large date penny in mint state condition can sell for around $50 to $100, and if it's a zinc version in perfect shape, it might bring around $30 to $50 depending on the grade. But those are just the ordinary rare ones. The truly exceptional coins with unique die errors or sharp details can command massive premiums from serious collectors across the world. The beauty of collecting Lincoln cents, especially from the 1982 series, is that these coins tell a fascinating story of American history and change. They mark the moment when the United States shifted from the old traditional copper to modern cheaper metals. It was the end of an era and the beginning of a new one, and because of that transition many varieties and mistakes were made, giving birth to some of the most collectible pennies ever minted. When we talk about value, it's not just about money, it's also about history, craftsmanship, and discovery. Every time someone finds a 1982 Lincoln penny and realizes it's something special, they're not just finding a coin, they're uncovering a small piece of American history. The thrill of searching through rolls of pennies or jars full of change is something every coin hunter knows. It's like treasure hunting, where patience, knowledge, and attention to detail can lead to incredible rewards. So if you're new to coin collecting, or even if you've been doing it for years, make sure you always check your 1982 pennies carefully. Weigh them, look at the date, check the mint mark, and compare the design features. You never know which one might turn out to be the rare copper small date 1982D that could make you the next lucky collector to hit the jackpot. Even today, the demand for these coins continues to rise. The coin market is very active right now, with collectors from all around the world seeking high-grade examples of every 1982 Lincoln cent variety. The prices have been Increasing especially for coins that are certified and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. If your coin is genuine and in top condition, it can fetch anywhere from several $100s to tens of thousands depending on rarity and grade. The fascinating thing about the 1982 penny is that it's a perfect example of how something ordinary can become extraordinary. A coin that was once worth just 1 cent can now be valued at hundreds or thousands of dollars simply because of a small variation, a little mistake, or a material change. That's the magic of numismatics, and that's what makes coin collecting so addictive and exciting. So next time you come across a 1982 penny, take a good look at it. Don't just toss it aside. You could be holding history in your hand. You could be holding a coin that connects to the story of America's economy, the rising cost of metal, and the incredible work of the mint. And maybe, just maybe, you could be holding a coin worth thousands. Here on the Coins channel, we love to explore these hidden stories behind old and rare money. We bring you the history, the facts, and the current market values of the most amazing coins from around the world, from rare Lincoln cents to silver dollars and everything in between. We uncover the secrets that could be sitting right in your pocket. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Coins and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our exciting upcoming videos. Keep your eyes open, check your change, and remember, every coin has a story waiting to be told. The next valuable treasure might be sitting right in your hand, and it might just be a rare 1982 Lincoln penny worth far more than a cent. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the collector world, the 1991 Lincoln penny. Yes, the 1 cent coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but in reality, it has a history, hidden secrets, and an unbelievable market value that has shocked even experienced collectors. So, stay tuned till the end of the video, because what I'm about to reveal might just make you check your old piggy bank or that jar of coins sitting forgotten in your home. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became one of the most popular coins in U.S. history. Over the years, it's gone through small design changes, metal composition changes, and even minting errors, and each of these details make certain Lincoln pennies extremely valuable to collectors. Now, coming to the 1991 Lincoln penny, this coin belongs to a very interesting era. By 1991, the U.S. Mint was using a copper-plated zinc composition. That means the coin was made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This change started back in 1982 when the cost of copper became too high. But even though millions of 1991 pennies were produced, not all of them are equal. Some of them, due to minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or rare proof qualities, are worth a fortune today. Imagine this, a 1 cent coin that could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. That's right. Some rare 1991 Lincoln pennies have sold in auctions for up to $7,879.98, that's almost $8,000 for a single cent. Shocking, isn't it? But what makes these coins so valuable? Let's explore that. The first reason is minting errors. Certain 1991 Lincoln pennies were struck twice or have a visible doubling on the lettering, especially on the words Liberty or I in God We Trust. These are known as double die errors, and collectors go crazy for them. The clearer and sharper the doubling, the higher the value. Some coins also have off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or shifted. These can also bring in big money. Another major factor is the mint mark. 1991 pennies were produced in 3 mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The San Francisco proof coins are particularly desirable. If you have a 1991 S proof penny, especially in perfect condition, you could be holding a little treasure in your hand. Now let's talk about condition. Coin collectors grade coins on a scale from good to mint state 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1991 Lincoln penny in regular circulated condition might only be worth 1 or 2 cents, but if it's in uncirculated or proof condition, the value can jump dramatically. For example, an uncirculated 1991 D penny graded MS-67 read by PCGS has sold for hundreds of dollars. And those rare error or high-grade coins can go well beyond that, sometimes fetching thousands. But here's where things get even more exciting. Some rare varieties of the 1991 penny have been discovered with unique metal compositions or plating issues, like missing copper layers or strange toning caused by chemical reactions over time. These varieties are limited, and when one appears in the market, collectors compete fiercely to get them. In fact, there are stories of people finding valuable 1991 pennies in their everyday change, coins that looked ordinary but ended up being worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars after grading. So, if you're holding on to any 1991 Lincoln pennies, now is the time to check them carefully. Look under a magnifying glass, inspect the edges, see if there's doubling, toning, or unusual marks. Every small detail matters. Sometimes even a slightly thicker rim or a faint line can make a huge difference in value. And now, let's talk about the current market value. As of today, in the collector market, the 1991 Lincoln penny can be valued anywhere from just a few cents to over $7,879.98 depending on its rarity, condition, and errors. A typical circulated coin might sell for 1 to 5 cents, but a high-grade mint state or proof coin can range from $50 to $500. But if your coin has a major error, like a double die, off center strike, or missing plating, then the value could skyrocket. Auction houses and online coin platforms have reported multiple sales in the thousands, especially for coins graded by PCGS or NGC in top mint condition. Now let's not forget the sentimental and historical value. The Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history. It's the story of a great leader, a nation's struggle, and over a century of coinage tradition. The 1991 penny, although modern, continues that legacy and connects us to the past in a small but powerful way. Each penny that passes through our hands has traveled miles, seen decades, and carries a silent story. That's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. So, my dear viewers, if you have a 1991 Lincoln penny, don't ignore it. Take a close look. Who knows? Maybe you're holding a hidden treasure that could change your day, or even your bank balance. Always check your change, visit coin shows, watch coin auctions online, and keep learning. Because every coin collector knows, the real treasure isn't just in the money, it's in the discovery. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel Coins for more amazing coin stories, rare finds, and market updates. Your support keeps this channel growing, and together we'll continue exploring the world of rare and valuable coins. Thank you so much for watching. This is your host from Coins, reminding you that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, the next rare Lincoln penny could be right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American history, the 1992 Lincoln penny. You might think it's just an ordinary 1-cent coin, but what if I told you that this small copper-colored coin, sitting quietly in someone's pocket, could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. This isn't a myth, it's real, and collectors all around the world are still hunting for it. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it has gone through several design changes, but the version we're talking about today, the 1992 AM variety, is one of the rarest modern coins ever struck by the United States Mint. In 1992, the Mint was preparing to change the design of the penny for the upcoming year, 1993. A small number of experimental dies were created, which featured a slight but important difference. The letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin were closer together than usual. That's why collectors call it the AM variety. Now, here's where things get interesting. Somehow, a few of those experimental dies that were meant for 1993 accidentally got used to strike pennies in 1992 at the Denver Mint. This simple, tiny design variation turned an ordinary penny into a legendary rarity. And the 1992 AM Lincoln penny became one of the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever discovered. So, what makes this coin so special? It's not gold or silver, it's a regular copper-plated zinc penny. But its rarity lies in its mistake. Only a handful of genuine examples are known to exist, and every time one appears on the market, collectors go wild. Imagine finding a single penny in your change and realizing it could pay your rent for months, or even change your life. That's the dream that keeps coin hunters searching. Let's talk about how to identify one. If you ever come across a 1992 D penny, flip it over and look closely at the word America. On regular pennies from 1992, the A and M are slightly separated, there's a small space between them. But on the rare close AM version, the A and M almost touch, just like they do on 1993 pennies. You'll also notice that the designer's initials, FG, located near the Lincoln Memorial, are slightly different in shape and placement. This is your first clue that you might have struck gold, or in this case, copper treasure. Now let's talk about the money, because this is where things get exciting. Back in 2012, one example of the 1992 D close AM penny sold for over $20,000 at auction. But that's not even the highest recorded sale. As collectors continue to appreciate the rarity of these coins, prices have gone up dramatically. Depending on condition, a genuine 1992 D close AM penny can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to over $25,000, and if it's in pristine mint state condition, it could be worth even more, sometimes close to $50,000 or higher. Imagine a coin with a face value of 1 cent commanding that kind of price. That's what makes the 1992 D Lincoln penny so thrilling to collectors. Every year, new examples surface, and each one tells a story. Some are found by ordinary people going through old coin jars or change drawers. Others are spotted by sharp-eyed collectors at flea markets, estate sales, or even garage sales. The moral is simple: always check your change. You never know when history might be sitting right in your pocket. The 1992 D penny isn't the only one to look out for, though. There's also a 1992 Philadelphia close AM penny, which is even rarer. Fewer of those have been confirmed. But the Denver Mint version, the 1992 D, is the one that most coin enthusiasts recognize because of its powerful story, its connection to the transition between design years, and the excitement it generates in the numismatic world. Now let's take a quick journey into what was happening in 1992. It was a time of change for America, new technology, new designs, and the U.S. Mint was testing updated engraving tools and die-making processes. It was during these transitions that small errors, like the close AM variety, were accidentally struck and released. These mistakes, although unintended, are what make coin collecting so exciting. Every error or variation tells a story about the process behind the scenes, about the people, the machines, and the moments that shape history in metal form. And here's something fascinating: the number of known examples of the 1992 D close AM penny is believed to be less than 20. That's right, fewer than 20 coins known in the entire world. Compare that to millions or even billions of regular 1992 pennies, and you'll understand just how scarce this variety is. It's like finding a needle in a mountain of hay. Collectors and grading companies such as PCGS and NGC have authenticated several of these coins, and their prices at auction continue to rise. The demand keeps growing, and people are paying record prices for verified examples. Some are kept in private collections, others in coin museums, but a few are still out there, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. So the next time you see a penny dated 1992 with a small D mint mark under the date, don't ignore it. Take a magnifying glass and check the back. Look at the AM in America. If they're touching, congratulations, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. This story reminds us that even the smallest things can hold extraordinary value. A 1-cent coin that most people wouldn't even bother to pick up from the ground can be worth thousands of dollars. That's the magic of numismatics, the world of coin collecting. It's a mix of history, art, and the thrill of discovery, and it's what drives our passion here at Coins. If you enjoy learning about hidden treasures, rare varieties, and valuable finds like this, make sure to subscribe to Coins and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. We explore the stories behind rare coins from every corner of the world, from forgotten silver dollars to misprinted modern coins that shock collectors. Every coin has a secret, and we're here to uncover it. The 1992 Lincoln penny teaches us one important lesson: always look closer. Sometimes what appears ordinary is actually extraordinary. Whether you're a beginner coin hunter or a lifelong collector, this hobby can surprise you in the most unexpected ways. So grab your coin jar, pull out that magnifier, and start checking your change today. Who knows, maybe your next rare find will be the legendary 1992 Lincoln penny, the 1-cent coin that made history and turned pocket change into a payday. Thank you for watching Coins, the home of rare treasures, hidden stories, and coin collecting passion. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting discoveries. Your next fortune could be just 1 penny away. Today, we are diving deep into the incredible story of the 1993 Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that might just be sitting in your drawer, hiding a secret value worth much more than 1 cent. So sit back, watch till the end, and don't miss a single detail, because this penny could be your ticket to a small fortune. Let's begin with the fascinating history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, can still be seen on some early versions of the coin. This coin replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Since then, the Lincoln penny has gone through many changes, from pure copper to copper-plated zinc, from wheat ears on the back to the memorial design, and later, to the shield design we see today. Now, let's fast forward to the year 1993, specifically the 1993 Lincoln penny minted in Denver, Colorado. This coin may look ordinary to most people, but collectors know there's more to it than meets the eye. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced over 6 billion pennies with the D mint mark, but among those billions, a few rare varieties have become legends in the coin world. These are coins with unique minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual color tones that make them worth hundreds, thousands, and sometimes even more. Before we talk about market value, let's understand the composition of this coin. The 1993 Lincoln cent is made mostly of zinc, about 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change from solid copper to a copper-plated zinc core started in 1982 because copper had become too expensive. That's why older pennies, especially pre-1982, are heavier and sometimes more valuable in metal content. But for the 1993 penny, what gives it its special worth is not the metal, it's the condition, rarity, and errors. Now let's move on to the current market value. A regular 1993 penny in average circulated condition is only worth face value, 1 cent. But here's where it gets exciting: if your penny is in mint state condition, meaning it looks shiny and fresh with no scratches or wear, its value jumps. A coin graded MS-65 by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can sell for $10 to $25. But it doesn't stop there. The rarest high-grade examples, flawless coins graded MS-68 or higher, have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In fact, there have been auction records where a 1993 Lincoln penny in perfect condition fetched over $7,879.79, yes, nearly $8,000 for a single penny. Imagine that, something worth 1 cent turning into almost $8,000. Collectors are always hunting for coins like this, and the demand keeps growing every year. People are realizing that small coins can hold big stories and even bigger value. So if you have a collection of old pennies, or if you come across one from 1993 with a D mint mark, take a closer look. Get a magnifying glass, check for details like a double die on the obverse, unusual minting errors, or a crisp, uncirculated shine. You might just be holding a piece of history, and a pocket-sized treasure. Let's talk a bit about what makes certain 1993 pennies rare. Some coins from that year have been found with striking errors, for example, doubled letters in the word liberty, or extra thickness in "In God We Trust," or a weak strike that gives the coin a smooth, ghost-like appearance. Others might have color variations, red, red-brown, or brown, which also affect the grading and value. The redder and shinier your penny, the more collectors want it. A coin with full original luster and no contact marks can be worth a surprising amount. Now, let's go back to the story behind Lincoln on the penny. His face has been on the coin for more than a century, longer than any other U.S. coin design still in use. Lincoln represents honesty, courage, and the power of small things to make a big difference, just like this penny itself. Every time you look at a Lincoln cent, remember that this coin isn't just metal. It's history. It's art. It's America's story pressed into copper and zinc. Now let's connect this to today's collector's market. Coin collecting is booming more than ever. People from all over the world, from the United States to Pakistan, India, and beyond, are searching for rare Lincoln pennies. Online auctions, marketplaces, and collectors' groups are filled with enthusiasts comparing coins, checking mint marks, and trading pieces of history. The 1993 Lincoln penny has become a popular target because it sits right between modern and vintage. It's not too old to find, but old enough to carry mystery and value. If you're serious about collecting, here's a tip: always handle your coins carefully. Don't clean them, don't polish them, and always keep them in protective holders. A coin that looks shiny after cleaning loses its collector value instantly. Collectors want originality, not artificial shine. Store them properly and maybe, one day, your 1993 penny could be one of the few that reaches the top grade and earns thousands of dollars. And remember, the most exciting thing about coin collecting is the hunt. You never know what you might find. Maybe that jar of coins in your kitchen or your grandparents' old drawer hides a penny that could change your day, or even your life. Keep your eyes open, because treasures are often hiding in plain sight. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1993 Lincoln penny, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. We have more amazing coin stories coming soon: rare pennies, old dimes, valuable nickels, and historical silver coins that are worth much more than you can imagine. Comment below if you have a 1993 penny or any other rare coin, and tell us what makes your collection special. Your story might be featured in our next video. This is Coins, reminding you that sometimes, the smallest things, like a penny, can hold the greatest value. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows? The next rare treasure could be right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history, the 1998 Lincoln penny. You might think it's just another common cent, but what if I told you that this small copper coin could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $1 million depending on its rarity, condition, and minting errors? Stay with me till the end because this is a story every coin lover, every collector, and every treasure hunter should hear. The Lincoln penny has a long and proud history. It first appeared in 1909, designed to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person's portrait, and since then, it's been one of the most iconic and collected coins in America. Over the decades, there have been many versions: wheat pennies, steel cents, memorial pennies, and the newer shield design. But among them all, certain years and mint marks stand out because of small mistakes, rare minting errors, or special variations that make collectors go wild. One of those hidden gems is the 1998 Lincoln penny. Now, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1998 penny was minted in Denver, as shown by the small letter D under the date. Most of these coins were produced in huge numbers, over 5 billion, which makes them seem pretty common. But here's the twist. Within that massive production, a few pennies came out with unusual features, minting errors, or die variations that turned them into incredibly valuable collectibles. Some versions show double dies, some have wide AM varieties, and some display strange misalignments or striking errors that can turn a 1-cent coin into something worth thousands. Collectors are always searching for those small differences, and the 1998 is one of the most exciting years because of a specific variety known as the wide AM. In 1998, most pennies had the letters A and M in the word America very close together. That's called the close AM type. But a few rare coins were accidentally struck using a proof die meant for special collector sets, which had a wider space between those two letters. If you find one of those 1998 D wide AM pennies, you're holding something extremely rare. Now imagine you're looking through your change, maybe a handful of old coins, and you notice that tiny detail: the AM is wide apart. You might just be looking at a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. In uncirculated or mint state grades, these coins can sell for big money at auction. Some collectors have reported sales going from a few $100s all the way up to impressive figures like $7,800 or more for pristine examples. Rare error coins can fetch prices even higher, especially if authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC, two of the most trusted coin grading services in the world, and that's not all. Over time, the Lincoln Penny series has developed a passionate following of collectors who study every little detail, from the mint mark to the rim, from the luster to the strike quality. The 1998 D penny represents a moment in that long story when small differences in production led to big opportunities for coin hunters. There are stories of people finding these rare coins in pocket change, in old jars, in boxes of pennies from the bank, and turning them into real profit. That's what makes coin collecting so thrilling. You never know when you might come across a hidden treasure. Now let's talk a bit about the history of the Denver Mint, where this penny was born. The Denver Mint has been producing U.S. coins since 1906, and it's known for its precision and high production numbers. However, even in the most advanced facilities, mistakes happen. A tiny error in the die can create a variety that collectors chase for generations. That's why the D Mint mark has become a favorite among error hunters. Coins from Denver are often the source of some of the most interesting varieties in U.S. coin history. The composition of the 1998 D penny also adds an interesting element to its story. By that time, the U.S. Mint had switched from pure copper to copper-plated zinc. So these pennies are mostly zinc with just a thin copper coating. That means they're lighter than the older ones, and over time, they can corrode or wear faster. That's why finding one in pristine condition is so rare, and why uncirculated 1998 D pennies with special errors are worth so much. The market for Lincoln pennies has grown steadily over the years, especially for rare varieties. As of now, collectors are willing to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for certified 1998 D wide AM pennies in top grades. On auction sites and at coin shows, you'll see prices ranging from around $100 for lower-grade examples all the way up to nearly $8,000 or more for high-quality, mint-state coins with perfect details. Some rare error varieties, like off-center strikes or die breaks, can reach prices that surprise even experienced collectors. That's the beauty of coin collecting: history, art, and luck all meet in one small piece of metal. Every coin tells a story, and the 1998 D Lincoln penny tells one of the most fascinating stories of modern numismatics. It reminds us that even in something as ordinary as a penny, there's the potential for something extraordinary. It's about paying attention to detail, learning what makes a coin special, and keeping the excitement of discovery alive. So next time you get a handful of change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to look closely. That 1-cent piece might be your ticket to an amazing find. And remember, the real value isn't just in the money, it's in the thrill of the hunt, the history you hold in your hand, and the story behind every coin. Here on Coins, we love exploring stories like these, from rare pennies and nickels to silver dollars and forgotten treasures. Every episode brings you closer to understanding how small details can make a big difference in value. If you love coins, history, and the idea of discovering something valuable hiding in plain sight, then this is the place for you. Make sure to subscribe to Coins, hit the like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next video. We've got more incredible stories coming your way: rare finds, coin values, collecting tips, and real examples of coins that changed people's lives. Thank you for watching, thank you for being part of this amazing community, and remember, the next time you see a 1998 D Lincoln penny, take a second look. You might just be holding a small piece of American history worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. This is Coins, bringing history, value, and excitement, one penny at a time. Today we are talking about one of the most talked about coins in the modern era, the 2004 D Lincoln penny. This coin might look simple, just another 1-cent piece made of copper-plated zinc, but what if I told you that some of these pennies are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. The 2004 Lincoln penny has hidden secrets, minting errors, and varieties that make it one of the most interesting coins for collectors and coin hunters everywhere. Let's begin with the story. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Over the decades, it became not just an everyday coin but a symbol of American history, leadership, and the spirit of perseverance. The design has gone through changes, but Lincoln's portrait has remained, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. By 2004, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly a century. The mint at Denver, marked by the letter D, produced millions of these coins. But as with many coins, not all of them came out perfect, and that's where the story of value begins. Some 2004 Lincoln pennies have rare minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks. These errors, though small to the eye, can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. A simple coin worth 1 cent suddenly becomes worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the error and condition. For example, a 2004 Lincoln penny with a strong doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust can fetch very high prices at auctions. Even small die cracks, known as cuds, are in demand. Collectors love unique mistakes because they tell a story about the minting process and make the coin truly one of a kind. Now let's talk about the material and the look. The 2004 Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. It weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Although the composition is common for modern pennies, the condition of the coin is extremely important. If you find a coin in uncirculated condition, with bright luster and no scratches, it can be worth much more. Some high-grade examples, graded by PCGS or NGC, have been sold for impressive prices. A perfectly struck 2004 penny graded MS68 or higher can reach values close to $800 or more in the collector's market, and coins with major errors have reached incredible amounts, sometimes close to thousands of dollars. Many collectors search pocket change, bank rolls, and even old jars of coins hoping to find a hidden gem among the ordinary. What makes this exciting is that you don't need to be a millionaire to start. You just need patience, curiosity, and attention to detail. Look closely at every penny you find, especially those from 2004 with the Denver mint mark. You might see something unusual like a doubling effect, a missing detail, or a minting flaw. Sometimes even a small difference in the minting process can make your coin rare. The market for Lincoln pennies continues to grow because new collectors join every day. The internet, coin shows, and auction sites have made it easier than ever to buy, sell, and learn about coins. Some of the 2004 Lincoln pennies have been featured in coin collector magazines and websites for their unique varieties. Remember, rarity and condition are the two biggest factors that determine value. The more unusual the coin and the better its condition, the more collectors are willing to pay. It's also worth remembering that Lincoln pennies carry emotional and historical value beyond their price. They remind us of the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the struggles of the American people, and the pride of craftsmanship at the U.S. Mint. Every coin tells a story, and every collector becomes part of that story. The 2004 penny is not just a small piece of metal, it's a piece of history, art, and culture combined into one. Now, what about the current market in 2025? Prices fluctuate, but some high-grade 2004 Lincoln pennies and rare error coins are still bringing strong returns. While an average circulated 2004 penny might just be worth 1 cent, an uncirculated or error coin can range from $10, $50, even up to $787 or more depending on condition and rarity. Some listings have even shown unique error coins approaching values like $979 or higher. That's why it's always a smart idea to check your coins carefully and maybe get them appraised by a professional grader or coin dealer. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just starting out, the 2004 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something small can hold big surprises. Keep exploring, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of knowledge in the world of numismatics. Many people overlook pennies, but collectors know that the tiniest details can make all the difference between a common coin and a treasure worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So next time you pick up a penny, take a moment to look closely. Check the year, the mint mark, and every letter and detail on the surface. That little coin could be your lucky find, a rare piece that tells its own story and adds value to your collection. Whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or simply a high-grade uncirculated beauty, the 2004 Lincoln penny deserves a place in your collection and in coin history. Here at Coins, we share this passion with you, the excitement of discovery, the thrill of history, and the joy of finding value in the smallest details. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Every week we explore rare finds, valuable pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and even forgotten treasures from around the world. Thank you for watching Coins. Keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and your curiosity alive. Because sometimes, the next great find isn't hidden in a vault, it's sitting right in your hand. The 2004 Lincoln penny is proof that even a simple cent can be worth far more than its face value when history, rarity, and beauty come together.